It is amazing what you have to go through to try to get one of these set up.
Wow, really?
Yeah, Facebook doesn't make it easy for anything.
No, no. They like everything to be proprietary, don't they?
Yeah. But anyway, we should be rolling now.
Cool.
All righty. So it's going to be just you and Aaron?
Yeah, Garen is actually out at BYU in Provo.
I'm sorry.
Right?
Oh, no, I shouldn't say that. I actually got to stay on the campus of BYU during Education Week when I
Uh-huh.
first joined the church.
Cool.
So that was pretty exciting.
Yeah. That's great. Well, no hard feelings. I have no hard feelings against BYU. I'm not a huge fan either, so it's all good. But he's there, so I'm supporting him for sure.
What is he studying?
Believe it or not, commercial music.
Okay. All righty.
Yeah, so he's doing really well in the program there. Having a great experience with Ron Saltmarsh and Aaron Merrill and everybody there. They're doing a great job with that program, becoming one of the top programs in the country, not surprisingly.
Okay. All righty. So anyway, your video, Boogie. Hello?
Are you there?
Thing here.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, this thing is acting up. Anyway, your video, back to the Boogie. The one word that I got from that, as a writer, first of all, let me explain. As a writer, I have to preview the videos and somehow become inspired as to what the video is about in order to write an article. For some videos, it's really easy. Like your video, the one word that stood out to me was unity,
Wow.
that it's time to become unified again.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man. That's because I don't think we talked about that. So that's exactly right. That's what we were shooting for. That was actually the one word that we were trying to convey with that song. So mission accomplished.
All righty. So what is the backstory on the
Yeah.
Well,
hello?
um, I mean, what? How deep of a backstory do you want?
Well, as long as it doesn't take over the next 10, 15 minutes, we're doing great.
Look, I can start, and then Aaron can pick up where we kind of came
Okay.
to this year. But initially, I had the idea for a song called "Bring the Boogie Back" or something like that, like 7 years ago, and I wrote it down in my little hook book. I just had this feeling like that would work, you know. And we're big Earth, Wind, and
Right.
Fire fans. We love Cool and the Gang and that old funk disco era stuff, you know. So I just had a feeling that that type of thing might work eventually. And so we wrote a song for our live show like 2 years ago and had been performing it live. But the version we ended up releasing has had a different lifespan here in the last 6 months or so and a different evolution than the original. So it's a lot different now than where it started, I think.
Hmm. And the musical concept started, I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Hello.
We need a fast song, and so um, that night, we had the assignment to come back the next day with that song or something like that, and so I just sat down at the piano and played out some basic seventh chords in the key of C, which is kind of what I tend to write in, because it's easy. And came with that basic groove. For back to the boogie. Okay, so have you heard all this, Keith? We kind of lost your video feed.
No, no, you did. We did lose. So
Okay.
could you start a recap? Sorry.
No problem.
No worries. Well, I think you heard about Bryden's hook book, right?
Right.
Okay. And so about 4 or 5 years ago, we started writing. We were just trying to write more songs, and I wanted to try just writing a fast song because I was writing a lot of slow, like, love ballads and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's so romantic.
So romantic. But I decided to try to write a fast song and came up with the basic musical concept for Back to the Boogie, and just with the musical concept and the melodies and stuff like that, and Bryden definitely had some major input there, yeah, just kind of gradually grew to what it is now. But there was a crucial moment back. Was that March?
Yeah.
In March, we took the song to our producer and realized that what we had at the time was just kind of a really good groove that lasted for about 3 to 4 minutes. And we're in the studio. We had all the musicians in the studio. We're tracking, and about 2 hours in, he stops everything, tells the musicians to leave the studio for a second. He needs to talk to us, and he says, "You know what? I'm not feeling it." And we're
That's
we're
not a good.
like, we've already put money into this. We're thinking that this is going to be our next thing. Like, we didn't really know what to do, and so it really kind of we started questioning, like, is the song even good? Or
yeah,
we
questioned our entire existence, honestly.
Yeah.
Our everything about everything. Yeah, it was really a lot of soul searching for this song.
Yeah, but amazingly, over the next week or two, from that moment, we came up with a lot, pretty much a lot of the major hooks that you hear in the song now, like the "Get back to the boogie" and the choir section, even that bridge kind of electronic dance section, and the signature horn line during the chorus. That was all in that 2 week span, which was a real blessing for sure. And so, I mean, we laid the groundwork. We faced a little bit of opposition, and then we're able to receive some more inspiration on that song, and we're really proud of what we have.
I really like it. I've had it on replay since you put it out. So,
That's
so
good, man.
How did you come up with the choir for this? Where did Voices of Glory come in?
Yeah, so Voices of Glory, just backstory on them. They were top 5 finalists on America's Got Talent back in 2008. They've become good friends of ours. They've moved to Branson, Missouri from Poughkeepsie, New York. And so we've been friends with them for a while and have always wanted to do some kind of collaboration. And so as we were rewriting Back to the Boogie after we had that tragic session in the studio, Aaron had this idea of this and he called it like this, the heavenly chorus, and I but I didn't see how it fit in context of the song. But over the next 2 days, the stupid hook kept on hooking me and kept on staying with me in my head. I'm like, I can't get this out of my head, and it just started to gel on me. Maybe he already saw the vision, but I started seeing, okay, I can see how this could work. And so we found the right spot for it, built the song and form out, and we realized this choir thing won't make much sense if we don't have a choir on it. And And then Voices of Glory, we're like, man, we've always wanted to work with them. So let's get a choir. Let's bring back Voices of Glory in on this. I think it gels. It kind of crystallizes the whole thing. Michael Cole, his from Voices of Glory, his hype man performance, I think glues the whole thing together with that kind of gospel energy, Kirk Franklin style.
Mm-hmm.
And then Voices of Glory, that these really lush vocals there on those pre-choruses and through the bridge section that really, I think, helped give it a different flavor that we never would have had before. So it made a lot of sense musically, but ultimately inspiration, brother. You know, the Lord really gives us a lot of inspiration during the creative process, and we're grateful for that.
And your fans are grateful for that as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think compared to your EP that you put out and this song really hit the mark. It really did. And it's much needed, especially at a time like now
Yeah.
with everything that's going on in the world.
Yeah, you know, honestly, we feel that way. We actually feel pretty proud of what we accomplished musically. We feel like it's many levels up from where we were back in 2015 when we released Lean and Sway and our Once Upon a Night EP. And so we feel like this has set a new benchmark, a new high watermark for where we need to go from here, which we're very excited about. But speaking to the current societal temperature, cultural thermometer, as it were, we felt the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Think about what's been going on with the tensions politically, religiously, racially. We felt like this song cuts through and presents a face of unity and fun. It shows people of all different backgrounds coming together and dancing, and that with all the kind of dark, activistic music that's on the market right now, that something like
Right.
doing with a little more sparkle on top and a little more love in it, promoting unity, would maybe cut through the noise a little bit and be a unifying force. And so we definitely were shooting for that. We were definitely, as we released it last week, we're thinking, man, with everything going on in Houston, we don't want to seem like we're being too light or trivial, you know.
Mm,
But when you consider things that were going on in Charlottesville a couple weeks prior to that and other things, we
right.
felt like it was the right time to release something that would make us smile a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I know I get to the point where I even hate to turn on the newscasts anymore. Every news article is full of foul, vigor, hatred,
Yeah,
racism. Sad to think I stuff is going on in the world has their head buried in the sand.
yeah,
Honestly,
yeah,
it's happening. It's sad, especially for me as a person of color. In 2017, you have to realize there are places in this United States that I still can't travel to by myself.
yeah.
There's that much hatred out there, and it's sad. It's I thought as a child growing up through the civil rights era, once we get past this, hey, things will start changing. But
Yeah.
different day, almost same story,
You know, you're right about
and it's
that.
sad. But
It is sad. And my feeling on that is that we know that darkness is increasing, but God isn't a loser, and He doesn't just sit back and let things get worse without trying to make things better. And so I think there is a proportionate light compared to the darkness. And so we have always been trying to ride the light train, you know, and go where the Lord leads us as
right,
a group and try to create things that have love and light and truth and the spirit injected and infused into them that will promote more of the love and the unity um, and patience and tolerance and all those things that we think are important to help our society. So we know things are going to get worse,
right.
and it's really sad, but hopefully there are enough artists like us who can kind of help create more culture where love rules. But boy, isn't it sad that we do have pockets in our country like that where it's so divided and hatred is so prevalent. And it's so yeah, so it's we're hoping to combat that a little bit with our music.
In music, our overarching goal. We started out, we wanted to paint the internet green. We were tired of all the anti-Mormon hoorah that was going on out there. And as I brought up in classes in church, the sad thing with that is a lot of those sites are created by people who were once members of the church, former missionaries, leaders, you name it, even temple workers help put these sites together. And that's the sad thing of it. So they know the language and they know how to attack us and where to attack us. So that makes it really difficult. So our job is to try to paint the internet green. Hey, there are positive side to this story. This is there, and we try to invite. I know our music is all me, you know, Facebook, social media is all me. So my brain never sleeps. But anyway, I'm always thinking of ways that I can get people involved and see that there is positive stuff out there, stuff to get involved with. And music like yours really helps that when it comes along, I can go, yes, you know, and people do grab onto that, you know, to give them hope. There is hope. That's the good thing. There is hope.
Yeah,
And we always want to hold on to that.
most definitely, Keith. And I think Aaron and I, and Aaron, feel free to chime in on any of this. I feel like I don't want to just dominate, but you've touched my hot button. I want to get my soapbox, because that's we really feel passionate about bringing people together and building bridges between people of all races and religions, nationalities, and that's one of the things that I think we're most proud of with Back to the Boogie here in Branson. We have a really cool climate. Um, it's really awesome. A lot of great people. We're very faith based. We're in the buckle of the Bible Belt, and most
Mhm.
everybody goes to church, and we just have a lot of camaraderie between each other. There are still divisions between us, denominational boundary lines and things like that,
Right.
for sure. But in this video, it was so cool because we had Latter-day Saint Christians and Pentecostal Christians, non-denominational Christians, evangelicals, Presbyterians, Methodists. We had all kinds of people from all different backgrounds and cultures in that video, all in one spot there in Branson, about 100 people. And the feeling of unity on the set and the joy was actually just very authentic. There's nothing contrived about it. And so for us, we enjoyed that process so much. And I think that hopefully communicates, but it really helped us reach a core part of our mission, which is to build bridges between people and to show that we, at the end of the day, doctrinal differences, this, that, or the other, we all have a lot more in common than all of our differences. And we all love the Lord, and we ought to come
Right.
together and work together. That when Christians fight against each other, the devil wins. So
Mhm.
it was pretty cool. Although we're not a Christian group, that's not our goal. We're trying to hit the top 40 market
Right.
and the thing.
Right.
We're still Latter-day Saints, Christians, trying to create that type of music, and to have people come together like that is a really, really cool thing for us. And we really appreciate everybody who came together on the video.
Okay. And I think that's one thing as well is get people. You can't start these unite us as build, and it's getting people to understand that Mormons aren't this, tight group that we don't dance, we don't do this, we don't do that. I want people to understand we are normal human beings. We don't have two heads, you know. We don't do weird things. We can rap, we can dance, we can do all kinds of things, and we do. And I also try to bring in the youth side of that because I want people to see what the next generation is doing and what they're facing and what they're looking at. And they have done some marvelous work. They really have.
We appreciate you doing that, and really grateful for your desire to build those bridges.
Yeah. Amen, brother.
Have any you wanted to pass on to your fans?
We do want to let everybody know that we haven't released music for like 2 years. So Back to the Boogie is our first release in just over 2 years. But that's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be the standard from this point forward. We have another music video we just filmed out in Utah. And
Okay.
that should be releasing like October, November. And then hopefully continue to release music every couple of months for the next year or so to give our fans more content, more positive Prince Ivan vibes, to give them hope and make them boogie. So it'll be a lot of fun. But I do have to warn you, the next video is very different than Back to the Boogie. It's not so much boogie. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's good though.
Really good.
We love it.
Okay, Aaron, anything you like to say?
Just I guess along with that is that I'm still trying to hit our goal of 100,000 views on Back to the Boogie, and at least that much in streaming. And we just would appreciate everybody's support in watching the video, sharing it with friends and family who haven't heard of Prince Ivan yet, especially because we're doing this without a label. We don't have any big record label funding or anything like that. We're doing this completely independent on our own dime, and we have some of the greatest fans on earth, but we're obviously looking to grow that fan base, and so we'd appreciate any help sharing that with anybody who hasn't heard of us or hasn't seen the video yet.
Okay. All right. Well, I thank you guys for your time. And I'm going to try to get some dinner before I have a meeting tonight. So
Alrighty.
Great. Thanks.
No rest for the weary. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
All right. You guys have a good evening. Hopefully I can get back to Branson someday. The last time I was out there was when the Osmonds still had their theater.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I first actually met Mr. and Mrs. Osmond.
Yeah.
I was actually a guest in their home on several occasions.
Cool.
And I actually got to sing part of a song with Jimmy Osmond in one of the shows, so that was pretty cool too.
That's very cool. The Osmonds are great.
My 2 minutes of fame.
Branson famous, baby.
All righty, guys. But take it easy, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Keith.
Take care.